welcome to the last GT qualification race of the series. I'm joined by Lucky.
Evening all.
So, season finale. GT season finale.
Around one of the fiercest tracks in the game.
Indeed. And this is going to be no qualification.
Reverse
Straight
grid.
into the racing with reverse grid. Two of the championship contenders. We need to explain that they have got an automatic pass through. Is that right?
Yep, so they weren't able to make the sprint, but because the championship's so close, them to have gone through. Doing so has waived them an
the other
opportunity of
drivers
3
have
points.
agreed on that though. The other two drivers, fair play to them, agreed to allow that to happen. In the sake of, we've got a race about to start.
We have. Reverse grid should be interesting because people that have joined a little bit later, like Airman, Fishtail, starting quite far up. Well, Fishtail on pole.
Here we go. Yeah, it's reverse championship order. Obviously, Fishtail joining late has given him an advantage here. And he gets away from the lights. That Porsche not very fast off the lights. Is that Ronnie I see making a move into second?
Yep, and
Air down the outside, another fast driver. Oh, Fishtail really wide.
Oh, and Ronnie really wide.
Yeah, bunched up there. That means Air into the lead. I believe Air just won the sprint race.
Won the sprint race
in that vehicle.
In the same car. It was very quick. I think
he's a fast driver. It's just because he's joined late into the season, isn't it? It doesn't get to do all the rounds with us because he's busy. So we're on with
Fishtail. Panda up from P14 to P8 already.
He is one of our championship contenders. He's in front of our other championship contender, Filthy, down in 10th. Is that Highfield or C round?
Highfield round.
So only 6 drivers go through from this today.
And also you may have noticed that the GT race this week is an hour, so it's the same length as the feature race.
Well, that's because we got a big 3-hour stint tomorrow.
Yeah, which can only be fun.
I think I'll put the options on the screen so people can see what's going on. We can see tyres and stuff to start with. So we've got Air out on mediums. Oh, Charger on mediums, but now facing backwards.
Fishtail there, I think, didn't anticipate him braking quite so early.
No. Fishtail on mediums. Ronnie choosing to go out on softs. He makes connection with the wall there. Azrael up to 4th. Another fast driver choosing mediums. Steve-O being shepherded wide there. Panda into 5th already on those mediums in that Ferrari.
These guys need to remember this is an hour-long race.
Yeah, they don't need to be getting all this done on the first lap. Especially through the Nordschleife. This is not where you want to be going side by side. Air with a 4.2 second lead already. Just trying to set sail, obviously Panda into 5th now.
Filthy in 8th, Steve-O just ahead of him. Dirty Air as well around this track. I expect to see a couple of drivers probably drift wide.
Yeah, this is going to be Dirty Air is not going to be fun round here.
Oh.
Air absolutely checking out at the front. Ronnie staying there in 3rd on soft tyres. I'm surprised he's gone for those. Literally nearly on the grass there. Such a long race. He's got Azrael all over him now. So these guys tonight, 6 will go through because the other 2 have already got their positions, and then it'll be a full grid tomorrow for 3 hours of this tomorrow evening.
Yep, I will be enjoying every minute of it in my Supra. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine. Evening, Dave.
So at the moment, Filthy sat outside of that qualifying position.
Jacob Leder, I could not be a bigger Air fan right now.
Bringing the fans in.
Yeah. Panda and Azrael side by side here, bit onto the grass.
It's a replay of the sprint race. They were next to each other for a good while through there as well. Ronnie's soft tyres keeping him in third at the moment.
Them tyres are going to be warm by the end of this lap. On that full tank.
I don't think he'll be getting more than 2.
Very surprised at that decision, but he might have just been thinking about trying to hold position and falling into a different strategy to the other drivers. Do we think we're going to see anybody use the harder tyre? I think we might do tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's a hard one because unlike other tracks, you use the hard tyre and get damage. You know, you limp around for a minute or two. If you get damage at the beginning of this lap, it's 10 minutes on the slow tyre.
Can you imagine getting damage at the beginning of this lap? It would be pretty much race ending, depending on the damage.
Panda's managed to get himself past Ronnie. Azriel's going around the outside.
He's now got a 4.3 second gap to close into the back of Deputy, though. I mean, they've obviously got the time to do it. Air absolutely sauntering off at the front now, 5.8 seconds in the lead.
Ronnie was not giving up any space there for Azriel.
These guys have been glued to each other all race. Where's Azriel gone? Oh, he's dropped down the field. Filthy now making a move on Ronnie. Another one of our title contenders. Who is leading this championship at the minute? It is Filthy, isn't it?
No, it's Dad.
Is it Dad again now?
It's Dad on 307. I think it's Panda on 301.
I mean, that championship has switched hands how many times this year?
Wow, we did a little YouTube graphic.
I saw that yesterday. It's very, very good from you.
Ah, thank you.
Little gold star posted in the post to stick on your chart.
I do try.
I've texted your missus, told her to get you a little lollipop from the shop next time you're there.
I know, I'm never going to be treated as much as I have, especially with the other video for the podium as well.
I know, you're right. Getting the brownie points up there.
Well, I'm turning my balance to
Jacob
graphic.
Leder says Panda is +6 and Filthy is +9 to me.
Azriel back onto the back of Ronnie again.
These two have been glued to each other through this whole lap, haven't they?
If Azriel, I know he doesn't want to lose any time to the guys at the front, but as you said, by the end of this lap, Ronnie's tyres will be
Ronnie's off.
good, especially if he drives on the grass.
Is that damage? No, how has he not picked up damage there? Dirty tyres now through here is not going to be very fun. Shippo in 8th position now. He's going to want to get these 2 positions. I think Ronnie is going to be the guy who hasn't really... That strategy, I can't see it working. I don't know about yourself. Ronnie off again. Off and round again. And Apex. Apex has gone as well behind Shippo. 2 McLarens spun round in the middle of the circuit there.
Papaya rules, that is.
Yeah. Jay's been shifted back down to 11th as well now, so he must have had an incident.
He's got damage front and rear as well.
Oh, God. So Shippo up to 7th now. He's got to pull 3.1 seconds in to get to Azriel. Steve-O in 5th. Filthy into 4th now onto the back of Panda. Now these 2 leaders are managing to pull away. You've got a 5.8 second lead from Air to Deputy, who in turn has a 5.8 second lead back to Panda, who has Filthy all over the back of him.
Filthy with a slipstream down this straight should get past.
Yeah, that GTR very fast and straight line.
What they don't want to do is start battling, because
if I were these 2, I would push themselves. I would bump draft each other, because Fishtail there has no slipstream at all. Panda's weaving like mad.
He obviously hasn't used us as race engineers today.
No.
He ain't listening.
If I was these 2, I would be definitely bump drafting each other up to the back of Fishtail. But here we go, they're battling. All Filthy on the grass there with 2 wheels. Brave.
This track and this race is about getting through without damage, without making mistakes. That's the big key. So
100% race of attrition.
And tomorrow it's exactly 3 times as bad.
Tomorrow's going to be a long old race for you guys. Seems to be nice and comfortable at the minute.
So at the moment, our qualifying drivers: Airman, Fishtail, Filthy, Panda, Steve-O and Azriel.
Shippo now 8.4 seconds off the back of Azriel. I don't know if he's made a mistake there.
Jay's gone into the pit to repair his damage, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Chargers continued on. Ronnie's continued on.
Dave, that
Bibby's
livery for
continued
Mary's
on.
ace. Yeah, it is a nice livery. We'll get back onto it so you can have another look. Very cool livery on that car. First time we've seen this vehicle. Well, not the first time, but he's the only driver that's chosen to use this vehicle all year, isn't he?
Yeah, I think was it Shippo last season used it?
Yeah, I think he did.
And is doing it justice at the moment in this race. 6 seconds now to Fishtail.
Fishtail keeping that gaps very consistent now. Don't know how much of that is air managing. Obviously, he doesn't need to push super hard now.
Airman's front tyres are slightly worse than Fishtail's at the moment.
Yep.
And Fishtail pulling away very slightly from Filthy too. But with this track being so long, you're going through what 2 sectors, 3 sectors up to now. You can't tell whether that's just
one mistake as well can cost you so much time.
Oh, 100%.
You've only got to put a wheel on the grass and that's it. Very tight track here, not wide at all. If that is the same car as Shippo's car last season, it wasn't the car. No, it definitely wasn't.
Yeah, we can't all use
poor
that
Shippo.
excuse.
Poor Shippo.
He's found the Renault this season. I think the Renault suited him much better.
He had a nightmare last week, was in third in the feature race and decided he was going to take a meal with the barrier. Filthy starting to get away from Panda here now. Nice livery on that Nissan GTR as well. I think he'll be drinking a few of them if he wins his championship.
Yeah, he did say he was doing something special for this race. Panda's got about, I think we've seen a different livery on Panda's Ferrari every week.
Yeah,
so.
I think Panda has a different Panda on his car every week, doesn't he?
Steve-O managing the gap as well to Panda, so they're not pulling away too far.
Azrael starting to close Steve-O in by the looks of it. A typical Scottish livery there with the Iron Brew for the Scottish driver.
Thought it was going to bring him some luck, I think.
His brothers will be racing tomorrow.
And at this rate, he'll be joining them.
Yep. Azrael in the bright green Renault now 12 seconds ahead, 12 and a half seconds ahead of Shippo. Shippo did say this isn't his favourite track.
I think Shippo's got
the IKEA livery, I think.
I think he's trying to play into the attrition game. If he can get through the track without making any mistakes, and hoping to, what's his nickname, Hoover up some positions?
The Hoover, yeah. Wow, I don't know. He used to be the Hoover. Now with his slight aggression, he's turned into the Blanchard Basher in the last few weeks.
However, he's been extremely cautious because Charger's just made up 2 seconds.
Yeah, and Charger has damage. I think this is definitely a track you need to have put time into to be quick round. Apex now running round in 9th with damage as well. He's not going to be happy with that. Yep, Ship's tyres do look good. Maybe that. Oh, Bibby, we click on him as he goes across the grass. Grass cutting in the old McLaren. Ronnie in 11th. Ronnie's tyres quite severely worn and he has quite a bit of damage on the front of that car now.
I'm pretty sure Highfield pit, but I think he must have not changed tyres and then managed to get himself some more damage again, yeah. Yeah,
Highfield well off the back of the pack here. 20 seconds off his nearest driver and 1 minute 28 off the lead. Get back on with Air, who's now 7 seconds in front of Fishtail.
But Filthy's closed the gap down from 6 seconds to 3.5, so he's...
Filthy pushing really hard here by the looks of it, and we know he is the tyre whisperer when it comes to that GTR.
Panda's started to drop off slightly, but he's still there, 2 seconds behind.
Is Panda dropping back into Steve-O here? 3.2 seconds.
I think Steve-O's closed in a bit.
That's what I'm thinking, because he's in the same picture now. Look at the views from this track.
It's the Iron Brew livery.
Yeah, he's popped a can open and he's going for it. Freedom and all that.
I think he must have put that on because he's bored of Shippo calling him British.
Yeah, he definitely he
cement
wants to
Scottish.
solidify that Scottish heritage. And I mean, those guys, when you think of Scotland, they are as far Scotland as you can go. I mean, they're on an island on their own. Oh, that's real into the barrier at the carousel.
He managed to get away with no damage as
Yeah,
well.
no damage. Lucky there. And I mean, Charger now is his next driver, 21 seconds behind. He's managed to work his way around Shippo. Shippo has hardly used any tyres. I think he thinks he's paying for him himself.
Comes out the top of the carousel there.
It's not a Scottish flag behind his name, just saying. No, they is very much Scottish though. Him, SH done, and Specs are both are all three brothers. Jay up to 9th now. He's on softs as well. Jay's on soft since his pit stop, which is a strange strategy.
Well, the guys will be pitting multiple times throughout this race, won't they? We're 15 minutes in already to an hour-long race, so...
Be interesting to see who comes in on lap 3 versus lap 4. Fourth lap is dicey on mediums. That's from Jacob. Yeah. I think you guys like... Oh, that's Charger off. Shippo back in front of him now. Azrael 26 seconds in front now, so Azrael is currently sitting in the last qualification position.
Filthy 2.7 seconds off the back of Fishtail, and the gap was 11 seconds to Air. That's now down to 9.6.
So it's Fishtail that's going backwards then, and Filthy going forwards.
It is. As you said, Airman could be in a managing stage. There's no point in pushing, causing any incidents.
He's 7.2 seconds into the league now. Surely he's going to take that decision to pit early, even though his tyres are still looking in great condition.
I think he's got another lap out of them tyres.
I think he can be reactive to the others, to be honest. He can afford to lose a little bit of time over the lap, can't he, if needs be?
Yeah, but a little bit of time around here, it could be...
Yeah, catastrophic.
Half a minute with the length of the track.
Yeah, his tyres are
corners.
more worn than Fishtail's. I think we may see airing after the end of the next lap.
Yeah, I agree. I think he'll do one more.
I think we'll see airing, and I think we'll see Fishtail go again. Highfield having an absolute nightmare at the back. I've just clicked on him and he's facing the wrong way again. Such a hard track to get round. This is more damage.
I think the update's another car that scuppered him as well, because he was in the GTR for one of the trials that we did the other day, and he was right up at the top again.
Yeah, I don't think it's helped that update has helped that Jag in the slightest.
No. I think
Filthy now with the fastest lap of the race.
8:15 on mediums is solid as well.
Scott, good evening lads, sorry I'm late. What's the crack so far? Any highlights? Not really. Air's managed to pull a comfortable lead.
What we have got is a compilation of lowlights from drivers that have gone around the track. Maybe we can stitch that together.
Yeah, I mean the two title contenders that are currently racing have got themselves up from the back to the front, which is good. They did that within a lap, I think. There's your brother in 5th. Great tyre wear on that car. Nice and comfortable in 5th position. Azrael there in 6th now. Still 32 seconds in front of Shippo. This is definitely a race of attrition, but...
You are right about Shippo's tyres though.
He has used no tyres. This is what I mean. He's hardly used any tyres. I wonder if he's going to try and do one less stop.
I definitely would expect at least an extra lap out of him with that tyre wear.
Yeah, I think if he does this through the first 2 stints, he may be able to save himself a pit stop. Dave says maybe if he drove faster. Not. Oh, shit,
I feel, but every time he's on stream, he gets a little bit of a bullying, doesn't he?
He drove extremely well last week, though. He was quick last week. I honestly, from speaking to him and knowing him very well, from doing our 24-hour charity stream and stuff, he does hate this track with a passion. So he will not be enjoying him.
The calendar.
Yeah, He will not be enjoying himself now, I can tell you that for a fact. Oh, Azrael onto the grass. Oh, he saved it again.
Shippo did say earlier that Breno is very quick and agile, but he can be a bit snappy at the back. With the tyre wear, that's
finding the limit. He's finding the limit.
Filthy is extending still from Panda now up to 4 seconds.
Yeah, Scott, that was a great catch from Azrael there.
Filthy not making too many more inroads in towards Airman, still at 9 seconds.
This field's quite spread, isn't it?
There's definitely 2 clear packs, isn't there?
Yeah, it's just very spread.
Pretty much got the top 6 and then everyone else.
I think the closest battle at the minute is Filthy to Fishtail, and that's still 2.2 seconds. Go on board with Filthy for a little bit. Starting to get dark as well, isn't it, by the looks of it in some places?
Oh, just to add a little extra element of difficulty to the guys.
Looks very dark anyway. Some places, but the trees obviously casting a big shadow over the track. We'll go on board with Filthy for a little bit for some of this lap. See how tight these corners are.
Yeah. It's always the problem when you do a big track like this and such a difficult track. A field spread can get quite. Oh, as Steve-O had an incident, because now Adriel's also only 1.9 seconds off the back of him.
Yep, Steve-O has front damage, so something must have happened there.
And he's going to feel that. And if he pits the repairer, that's going to take away his tyre wear advantage in the McLaren.
To be fair, they're not far off pitting now anyway, are they? So it wouldn't be a disaster if he had to pit now. Filthy now 1.8 behind Fishtail. He is slowly creeping up to the back of Fishtail at the minute.
And Airman, the gap now under 9 seconds. It was at 9.2 at the beginning.
I think we're going to start seeing some drivers dive into the pits possibly this lap. Maybe not, maybe go to the end of the next lap. I suppose they're going to want to try and get to that half an hour, aren't they, before they pit? Then it'll be a one-stop. Oh, yeah, Filthy into the barrier. Filthy into the barrier.
Managed to get away with no damage.
Put one wheel on the grass. He's now got Panda all over the back of him, and Panda may get through here.
And this is the problem with this track, isn't it? It's just so punishing. The amount of time you lose if you make a small mistake.
Problem is, it's not tarmac you run off onto, is it? It's straight onto grass.
And then into a barrier. Like
yeah, like 6 foot and you're in a barrier, yeah. And at these speeds, and you know what the crash physics are like in this game. Once you touch a barrier, it's like glue. Here we got Panda closing into the. Oh, Panda so close to going onto the grass there. He's right onto the back of Filthy though. Filthy obviously going to have the dirty tyres from that excursion.
Adriel has managed to get past Steve-O as well. He's coming up to the corner on the carousel where he went into the barrier last lap. Has he learnt his lesson? Yeah. Yeah,
nice and smooth through there. Steve-O on the back of him still. I'd imagine that aero damage will do Steven no favours down the straight. They've got a 46-second gap now to Jay.
Jay just doing a move past Shippo as well there.
46 seconds though. Jay on softs.
He'll definitely be in at the end of this lap, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think he's already been in once, hasn't he? Didn't he go in and fix damage?
Yeah, he went in to fix the damage and then put the softs on.
That's a big gap to pull in, that is 45 seconds. Stephen going across the grass again there. These guys in the front now, in the top 6, need to think, because gaps like that, they do not need to be trying to do anything silly now. It's all about tomorrow's race, really. Panda now within 1.1 seconds of Filthy. Will we see
at the moment, Filthy has an extra point with his fastest lap.
Will we see Panda try and make a move down the straight at the end of this lap? Are we going to see anybody dive into the pits? Hey, hold on a minute. Deputy Fishtail is within 5 seconds now of air.
Airless front tyres are
front
really
left
bad.
does not look good. I think we're going to definitely see him in at the end of this lap. Will Fishtail go another lap, do we think? Or do we think he'll match Air?
As you said, it's all about tomorrow, isn't it? So if he goes in now, he will come out and have, running the same races as them. And if he does an extra lap and it gets dicey towards the end, he's going to lose a lot of positions.
Filthy now managing to extend that lead back out to 1.4 seconds over Panda. I think will that be Panda out of slipstream range?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's about a second, isn't it? Up to about a second for slipstream.
Yeah, I think the GTR is slightly quicker anyway than the Ferrari, so it'll struggle to pull that in.
They're 4.9 seconds behind Fishtail at the minute. Let's see if Air dives into the pits here. I think he will do. Coming up to the last corner now, we'll see him fire off to the right hand side now if he's going to pit.
Oh no, he carries on.
Goes again. I'm surprised at that with that wear on that front left.
That's an important decision, that is, because this is another 8 minutes of driving.
And that front left is not looking healthy.
That lap's 6 seconds slower than
Panda into the pits.
last.
Panda's in.
That'll be a nice little undercut for Panda on all the other drivers. Filthy, Azrael carrying on as well. Steve-O's dived in, but that's to be expected with his damage.
This is going to be interesting here. I mean, what time are we on now? How long's this race? We're going 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think Air might have made the right decision there, because for Air, this is going to be a one-stop race. Is that Panda I see coming out on hards?
It is. I think hards would have been much more viable as a no-stop.
Yeah.
And since the physics update as well, tyre warm-up's much more of a thing, so they're going to be useless for at least the first.
To be fair though, they've got such a lead on the others. Jay into the pits now. I mean, Shippo I don't think is going to have to do a stop at all on these mediums. He's still hardly used anything.
I'm pretty sure we'll see Shippo in now. I'm sure he'll follow Jay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's pitting with that much tyre left.
I told you he wants to be safe rather than sorry.
Yeah, well, he's not going to qualify if he stays going this safely.
I think Shippo must have had an accident, because he was 12 seconds behind Jay before that pit, and they only overtook each other sort of halfway through that lap.
Oh, we don't know how steady Shippo's taking at the minute. Jay's already back out the pits and on his way. Steve-O in 6th here. Stevens pitted. Panda obviously pitted onto them hards. Azrael has not pitted yet. I'd imagine we'll see him peeling at the end of this lap. The finer details, such sexy voices. I think that's Gloss. He's obviously a big fan of the Brummie accent.
It is a beautiful accent.
Wow.
Of all the ones in the UK.
I've never heard anybody else say that other than us, but we'll go with it.
Of all the ones in the UK, it's up there.
Yeah. Air in the lead, still 5.7 seconds now. That front left is not looking too healthy though.
It's a bit hard to say if Panda's made the right decision or not here, because he's come out on the hard tyre. So you're not going to see if his undercut really going to work.
Panda's definitely going to the end, isn't he?
Oh yeah, 100%.
In the car on the way home, great comms. Yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to guess that's
32 seconds
Gloss.
ahead of Steve-O. Yeah, probably. I can't see the pop-ups. You're going to have to do all the figuring out.
It's called the finer details, so I'm going to imagine that's Gloss.
He loves a play on words, doesn't he?
Yeah. Old people in it. Scrabble and crosswords and all that sort of stuff in it.
Yeah, he'll be on his way home, sitting in his big armchair, probably doing some Sudoku or something.
Sudoku, what a game. Air now 6.4 seconds into the lead of Fishtail. I think we were going to see both of these peel into the pits at the end of this lap.
Yeah, but look at Air's tyres, and he's not even, well, he's probably just coming up to the heart, and they ain't even halfway around yet.
Make America glossy again. Yeah.
Definitely Gloss.
100%. Filthy now 4.1 seconds behind. His tyre front left looking Quite heavily worn now. Asriel in 4th. I'm surprised to see Panda drop onto this harder tyre, to be honest, unless he's doing a little bit of testing for tomorrow. Because let's be realistic, if he doesn't make any huge mistakes, he's definitely not going to lose all the time, is he?
No, I mean, like, he's 55 seconds ahead of Jay at the moment.
So I suppose if you're going to do a bit of testing for tomorrow, which is the important one, it's worth doing. Jacob says, I think Panda is playing it safe. Yeah, I think he is as well. I honestly think he might be doing, as he crashes into the barrier and gives himself damage.
Well, the hard tyres might last a while, but they don't exactly give you as much grip as you'd want, do they?
He now has front and suspension damage now. We may see Panda back in the pits at the end of this lap repairing.
If he does, he'll probably stick some softs on, I'd imagine. He's got
enough time to be fair, I think he's got enough time to come out, go into the pits and still come out in a qualifying position. Dave says that's for showing off and flashing his lights. He was, to be fair.
Steve-O did the same. Barrier damage. Just after he's repaired some as well. I found something out yesterday. Do you know why Ironbrew exists? Just as we've got no real battles going on.
I dread to think what is about to come out of your mouth now. I'm slightly concerned.
It was because back in day, there was a heavy drinking problem in Scotland, so they needed to make a manly drink.
What do you mean there was? Have you been to Scotland?
Oh, okay. I didn't say it was effective, but that's what they created.
I was going to say, it definitely hasn't fixed the problem. Apparently, I don't think I've ever met anybody Scottish who's sober.
Apparently it was made of iron girders.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I'm going to bring a fun fact. I thought that'll be it.
Thanks for that. I mean, to be fair, I did a whiskey tour in Edinburgh, and if you didn't want to drink the whiskey, which I don't know why you wouldn't, the other option was you could have Ironbrew.
Wow. They're traditionalists up there, aren't they?
Well, they're definitely something. Drunk is normally the one.
Okay, we've seen some special liveries today. Maybe we'll see a tartan Aston Martin tomorrow.
I think we probably will do, yeah. I wonder if they'll be wearing kilts whilst racing for the championship finale.
That's how they get the breeze, because it gets a bit stuffy after 3 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, look at Air's front left here. It's really quite severely
He's doing
worn.
a good job to keep it on the track, to be fair.
That must not feel nice.
Fishtail is starting to catch a little bit now.
Yeah, definitely a lot less wear on that Porsche. Filthy now, still keeping the gap similar. Tyre wear similar. Darkness is starting to fall now, so that's going to make it even more difficult for these drivers. Asriel up into 4th now. Has Asriel got... Oh, he would have got around Panda because Panda pitted, didn't he? So, look at the sparks coming off the bottom left cars.
Having a real bad day again in the pits again, I think. Softs, no damage though. The chick up to 11th as well. He's managed to get his way past Ronnie and Bibby.
Jay also has more damage, frontal damage.
The chick's doing a great job here at the moment, if I'm honest. Up to 11th position.
He's done well there, yeah. He has damage as well. Ronnie's obviously had his damage fixed from the first stint. Bibby has most of Bibby's cars damaged. It's Highfield left.
Just said I'm sorry.
Yeah, we understand it, to be fair. Lugging yourself round here when you know you're not going to qualify is hard work. Air now coming into the pits. He's only got 4.8 second lead on Fishtail now.
Fishtail's only got 3.3 to Filthy too.
That's it, the race leaders into the pits. One thing I don't like about this game is the pit entry, how you can just enter it absolutely flat out.
Yeah,
and it just goes to
punishment.
Just goes to a weird screen. How is Panda typing in the chat whilst driving again? It's unbelievable. I suppose at least he's doing it on the straight, I suppose.
It's long enough, I guess, isn't it?
All of the top 4 into the pits here. Where is Panda going to come out here? Is he going to get past anybody, or... He is a maniac, you're right. Is he going to pit to get rid of his damage now? He's pitting.
He's done his experiments on the hards, and I feel like that didn't go as well he wanted.
Yeah, I can't see them hards coming out again for a while.
So, I'm just going to put it out there, Panda may be listening. You said it's getting dark. What's the chances of rain? Oh, what's going on with Azrael?
Yeah, Panda, if you'd like to flick onto your weather screen and give us an update, that'd be helpful. I know you're in the mid-race, but...
What happened to Azrael then? It's like his
he looked like
wheel
he lost
died or something.
he's got 3-second penalty. He's obviously cut across the line.
Yeah, he just didn't turn on the way out. I think his wheel must have died or something.
A lot of people having problems with the wheels at the minute, aren't they? Wheels and pedals disconnecting.
Yeah, I think the chick had it earlier.
I saw Rory had a problem the other day on his stream as well, where it died mid-race.
I mean,
it looks like Corsair have obviously now taken over Fanatec, haven't they? I think that was has that been announced today?
Yeah, well, Fanatec definitely gone into liquidation anyway.
Yeah, but I think Corsair have now taken it over. I think they forced it into liquidation by removing their offer originally, didn't they?
I think so.
Anybody listening from Fanatec or Corsair, feel free to send us free wheels. We will plug you as much as you like. If you're not going to send us any, you're trash. Dave, Corsair confirmed to take over, question mark. There was a rumour flying around earlier on today, I saw somewhere, that Corsair have agreed to take it over now, but I don't think
they'll
it's 100%
get it for cheap
confirmed.
now, it's gone into liquidation, won't they?
That's what they've done, isn't it? Forced it into liquidation, and then they'll obviously get it at a very reduced price. From what I see, a lot of people switching to the Moser wheel now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a shame you have to use a drive hub for PlayStation.
I think even Jarno Opme has switched to Moser, hasn't he?
Oh, I don't know, I'm not sure.
I suppose with them going, if they're going into administration, though, they're not going to be able to sponsor anybody, are they, Fanatec?
True.
Oh, Dave's going to Google it for us. We're going to have live breaking news.
It's like we've got a comms team behind us now,
yeah.
It's not just us.
We've got engineers, commentating engineers, feeding us the information now.
It's our production crew, this is.
Yep. I tell you, the visuals of this game are phenomenal, aren't they? This is my favourite part of the game, when the look-wise, when it starts going dark at dusk.
Panda's come back out on mediums now.
What tyres? 8 on still softs. Stevens on mediums.
But Steve-O's pit again. Jay continued, so the gap, the 36-second gap
9 seconds
is down
now.
to 9. If Steve makes another mistake and Jay doesn't, he may end up surrendering this position unintentionally.
Shippo now 37 seconds behind Jay.
That gap stayed about the same, if we're honest.
I think he may have realised he needs to push on a bit now. Because even if the top drivers make a mistake, they've got a bit of time, haven't they?
Yeah, he's not gonna hoover him up.
Be interesting to see what happens when it gets if it gets fully dark. What happens? Totally different ball game then. Apex now in 9th. He's only 6.8 seconds behind Shippo.
Filthy's catching Fishtail now down to it was 4 seconds. It's down to 3.13.
Is that Fishtail slightly catching air as well? 5.4 seconds.
Yep, I think he's catching them both. This is gonna come right down to the wire. Filthy's already got the 1 point for fastest lap. He'll want the 2 to close up to Dad and Panda.
That's if nobody else sets a faster lap now. Air's extending again, 6 seconds now.
Ah, Filthy must have made a mistake because his gap's gone up to 8. To be fair, when we did the sprint race, this is the bit where Air would pull away, I think. I
think Air is. I don't think Filthy's made a mistake. I think Air is pulling, isn't he? Because Filthy's only 2.2 seconds behind Fishtail, but now Air is 6.2 seconds into the lead. That's a second, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Airman just pulling out.
It looks like he's controlling the race, doesn't it? To be honest,
yeah.
controlling the pace.
When we was racing in the sprint, just through the GP and the first sort of 2-3 sectors of the track, I was catching, but around this section here, and I think it's all about just being committed, isn't it? Round here, it'd pull well away from me.
I think it's also down to the car, isn't it? So this track is a bit of everything for every car, doesn't it?
Yeah, so each section's gonna favour different cars.
I mean, he's 6.6 seconds in front now, so he's pulling. And Fishtail is slowly dropping back into Filthy by the looks of it. All these guys really now just need to concentrate on staying in that top 6, don't they?
Yeah, as I say, unless someone's going to go and set a faster lap, Filthy's secured 1 extra point, which will bring him closer to Panda and Dad.
How has Azrael not served his penalty yet?
Because the penalty line's down the back straight.
Wouldn't he have served it on the end of the last lap though?
No, he got it. That's how long the laps are. He got it on the exit of this one, didn't he? He's on his out lap still.
Panda's still in 5th now. He's got a 27-second gap to Jay behind him. He's just floating in no man's land now. 12 seconds to Azrael. This obviously is all about tomorrow, isn't it?
Azrael's got a 3-second penalty. That'll bring Panda a bit closer for the next couple of laps.
Dave has given us a Fanatec update. Breaking news, Corsair have purchased all assets apart from the real estate. Endor AG is liquidated and shares will stop to exist. Fanatec as a brand will continue under the Corsair umbrella as expected.
They wouldn't kill the name. The name's everywhere. It's well known.
So it'd be interesting to see what Corsair do sponsorship-wise with the drivers that are already on Fanatec sponsorship. A lot of the streamers on Fanatec, a lot of the GT streamers are Fanatec sponsored, aren't they?
Yep, vast majority of them, I think.
So it'd be interesting. I've heard a few of them quite concerned that they're going to lose quite a revenue from maybe not getting the sponsorship.
Filthy, 6 temps off the back of Fishtail.
Oh, he's going to get him down this straight, isn't it?
Get this now.
Now 8.1 seconds clear, so he pulled nearly 3 seconds in that lap.
The Filthy clear.
Dave says he can buy. He's trying to take the wheel now. I'd hold on for a bit, Dave. They might be going cheap. Corsair might want to just chop that old stock out of there. Filthy into 2nd now.
The new one will be the same. It'll just have loads of RGB lights on it.
And it'll just say Corsair somewhere on it. Filthy now into 2nd.
7.6 seconds with that slipstream. So he's just took, what's that, half a second?
Over half a second he took out of there then.
So
I feel like this is like the Baku, isn't it, from today, with the old slipstream down that back straight.
Yeah.
So that's got how many points clear? What's going on championship wise now?
I will have a look. Let me have a look.
Filthy with a purple first sector here. First of about 35 sectors on this track. They slightly close air in round this first bit of the lap, around the circuit section.
So all Filthy gets from this race at the moment is 1 extra point because his points will be scored in the main race. That'll take him up to 299. If he gets the win, he'll be on the same level as Panda.
And how far behind Dad are they?
7 points. Ooh. 6 points.
Ooh.
Panda's 6 points behind. Filthy will be at this rate 8.
Are we going to have a prediction on tomorrow's race today?
I'll be last.
On the championship though, on the GT championship.
Ooh, I don't know. It's a hard one. I think I haven't seen everyone run. Is the one problem. I haven't seen Dad really, go at this track in anger. I don't think I've seen Gloss at all. I think Filthy Filthy's going to be a strong contender. He's proven he's quick around here. He's usually relatively mistake-free. He's good with tyres. He's good with fuel. He's definitely going to be up there. But this race, 3 hours, being so long,
it's all going to be a race, and definitely a race of attrition tomorrow. And I think strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have the fastest, technically, the fastest drivers out of GT Pro and Class all sharing the track. It just depends how people want to attack, how people want to defend. I mean, at the moment, Airman's been controlling this race quite comfortably. And we've still got the likes of Honda, who was very quick when we've raced with him. Yep. Boosted, Scott, Matt, all these other drivers. Harsh, who's got real life experience around the track.
Harsh, the self-proclaimed king of the ring as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah. I mean,
he's been big in the chat this week. Big in the chat this week, saying he's winning this race.
We did 3 or 4 practice races this week, just to like a couple of laps. So far, he hasn't won one.
Oh.
But I think he's lulling us into a false sense of security.
Yeah, sandbagging a bit.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
We'll find out tomorrow.
King.
There's been a lot of big chat going on.
And I mean, I know that's other drivers that these guys have got to navigate around, but they're all going to be coming from the back. So, Smiley's going to be starting.
As Jacob literally just said, then we're all starting from towards the back too. Lots of fast drivers in front of us.
I mean, we've got the hometown hero of Smiley starting in last place.
Yeah, Smiley's. I've seen in the chat, he has been setting some fast laps in his practice lobbies, I think, hasn't he? Even on the hard tyre.
And that's what you said it comes down to, is our strategy. So.
Yeah. I think it's going to come mostly down to damage. I really do. I think it's going to be who can go at a fast pace without spinning, without getting that damage, because that damage can be detrimental.
So we've seen a couple of incidents with Filthy and Panda at the moment. Obviously, we haven't seen Jay or Glass run, but there is people around the track at the moment. Airman, definitely for one, who's managed to get around relatively incident-free as well. So. Definitely putting a good show for himself here.
So Jay is now in front of Steve-O.
Steve-O pit. He pit again.
So Jay is in the last of the quali positions now, and he has a 42-second lead to Steve-O. There's only 14 minutes left of this race.
So, Jay's tyres are very worn because he went in early.
Do we think he's going to have to pit again? What's he got realistically? To the end of this lap and maybe 2? Are we going for 2 laps? 14 minutes left, 13 minutes left of this race.
Jay will do this lap and one more.
One more, I think
Airman will do 2. Yeah, Airman will do this lap and 2 more, I think.
Comms confirmed for tomorrow with Shippo in P9. I would imagine it will be me and Shippo on comms tomorrow. I mean, we are both at the Ferrari Challenge in Silverstone all day. So, but I'd imagine we will both be in for comms tomorrow evening.
You can both look up for more fun facts like my own brew one. Whilst you watch every driver drive around on the road for 3 hours.
Yeah, this is the only thing I'm slightly concerned about. If it's a spread field, it's not going to be that entertaining. We're going to have to divert to that clip Panda sent of us of the commentators singing at Le Mans.
Everyone said they've missed your voice, mate. I feel like you could bout out some Elton John or something like that.
I might do a Whitney Houston for you tomorrow at some stage. As you're careering into the barrier, I'll do a Celine Dion for you.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate
that.
Mate.
I think the closest 2 on the track at the minute is Filthy and Fishtail, and that's 2 seconds. Filthy now setting a purple sectors after purple sector here. He's 1.4 seconds up apparently on his fastest lap. So
he's also reeled in the gap to Air by about 6-7 tenths.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think that's going to be enough to catch him before the end of the race.
Is that the beast of green hal I see written on the back of his car? On the quarter panel?
It is.
Cool.
Shabine smips in the window as well.
Yeah.
Panda is catching Azrael as well at quite an impressive rate. These cars in the dark with the flames look awesome, don't they?
Yeah, and the sparks. Is that Panda flashing his lights again? He must literally be watching the stream rather than driving at the minute. I reckon he's got it on pause. Yeah, the sparks and the lights look incredible. Here we go. I think we're going to see a fastest lap here from Filthy. He's 1.9 seconds up on his lap by the looks of it. Dave says wait for the crash now, what, with Panda flashing his lights.
Oh, Azrael's crashed.
Oh, yeah. Avoided damage, though. Is that Panda I just see go past him? He does have 39 seconds to Jay, though.
Filthy did another half a second in that lap.
Crossing the line here. What sort of lap time? With their fastest lap, 8:14.5 now.
Filthy's going to smash this now,
yeah.
8:13. Still maintains the fastest lap point.
8:13.3, it's a lot faster. Look at the brake discs glowing on that Genesis.
In the Red Bull livery. This is like Checo Perez today around Bakker. Flying.
Didn't think we'd ever hear those words again. Checo Perez and flying.
I didn't think I'd hear the words Checo Perez.
Panda onto the grass, going down the straight. Look at the sparks coming off these.
That's him watching the stream, that is.
Azrael is now back past Panda. And Azrael has gone straight on into the wall. These guys are desperate not to get through, I think. I think maybe this hour has made them change their mind.
Panda's pitted again.
Panda's pitting again?
This will be for the
What's
fastest
Azrael
lap.
doing? Azrael completely sideways down the start straight.
That'll be for fastest lap. He's going to come out with Jay right on his arse though.
How much time is he going to have? Is he going to have enough time to get round?
He's got damage as well, so he's got to repair his damage.
Is he going to have enough time to get round?
Yeah, well, it'll be very close. He should do. Yeah, he should do.
Yeah, Jacob, I think you're right. He is going to put on the softs, but these guys need to be careful. No, he's put another set of mediums on. This is weird because one mistake now. Well, I suppose no, he has got 40 odd seconds to Steve-O. He's top 6 through, isn't it?
Top
6.
6.
Yeah, so either way, he can afford to lose another 40 odd seconds. Apex now into 8th with Shippo behind him. Just shows the difference in speed around this track. I mean, Shippo's fastest lap an 8:41, fastest lap of the race an 8:13.
It's about you need to know the track and just be really brave. I mean, I understand what Shippo's done. If there was more crashes up the front, the conservative approach would have really worked for him. But I think the guys at the front being quick and not making too many mistakes, he hasn't really been able to capitalise on them.
No, you're right there. Air still sitting comfortably in the lead. I can't help but think he's just controlling this from the front. Every time you think somebody's getting close to him, he just settles back in. I know Filthy's setting faster laps, but I don't think they're quick enough to close the gap.
No, I mean, I'll tell you what is interesting though, on Airman's car compared to Filthy's, if he is controlling the race. Look how much more fuel Filthy has compared to Airman.
Look at the tyre wear on Airman as well. More
tomorrow,
tyre wear.
that will be that'll be important.
We know Filthy is the tyre whisperer though.
I still need to understand why Steve-O decided to pit. I know he must have had damage or something, but
yeah, he's give up He's still 40 seconds behind Jay here, so he's give up. I would definitely have rather had position, track position.
Especially when the gap's that large.
Yeah.
Because the damage, whilst it has slowed Jay down, it hasn't been too detrimental to him. He's still lapped every lap bar one quicker than Panda.
That front left tyre does look quite heavily worn on Jay's car though.
I know, there is a good chance he'll be doing one more lap, depending unless he just breaks before the end.
Just parks
which
up
is
and
probably
waits.
the smart thing to do.
We're going to have a queue of about 7 of them parked on the start straight waiting. So they don't have to do another lap.
You don't want to pit, do you, now?
Gap coming down to air though, so it's 6.3.
Filthy's got this lap and one more to get past, and I just think that's a lot.
Yeah. Unless we see a mistake from air, I can't see him being that much slower than Filthy.
Ronnie's into the pits.
I just saw Charger pitting as well a second ago, so.
Yeah, come out on softs. I think this will be his lap. This will definitely be his last lap.
Lonely drive for air. I can't say he probably wouldn't have wanted that though.
When you're at the front, but if you like the likes of Bibby, maybe not so much.
6 seconds now. Filthy is obviously pushing on, pulling that gap in.
So after this carousel is the section where Airman was really fast in the sprint race earlier today.
He's already starting to extend again. Go on board with him through this sector, passenger seat. Look how good it looks on from the onboard with the lights.
Oh, I love it in the third person camera as well. Just watching the lights, the cars weaving in and out of these barriers.
Visuals of this game are incredible, I will say that. Very immersive. Past the campsite now. This YouTube corner, I think it's called, is it? Where all the YouTube videos happen?
Yep.
Just makes you appreciate how difficult this Nurburgring 24-hour would be in real life with all those faster cars coming up behind you, flashing the lights like mad. Must be terrifying.
This gap has been, if you think Filthy started from
last, yeah,
this gap's been every lap bar the first lap, which you'd expect from him being last. He has been quicker than Airman. Airman so
managed
consistent.
to get away. He just managed to break that gap at the beginning, didn't he?
Yeah, he's had no traffic to fight or nothing like that, and no mistakes from what we've seen. It's a great drive, if we're honest.
The thing is, we don't know how. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, he manages to get back on there. We don't know how much he's been controlling this race. That tyre wear is looking quite severe though on that front left corner.
And he's got one more lap to do as well.
Has he got enough fuel as well?
He should have enough fuel. He's definitely got one more lap to go, I think. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he'll have one more. 2 minutes. He's going down the last straight, isn't he?
Filthy's is better, but not necessarily by too much. Fishtails is way better, but I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't know if he'll be able to catch.
Here we go. Air is...
Oh, Azrael off. Panda coming back past.
Azrael with quite a lot of damage on that vehicle now. Panda on those virtually brand new mediums. Is Panda going to get across the line before the end?
Yeah. Just. I don't know how long the continuation is though.
Yeah, this is the thing, the continuation
no,
anyway.
it will still be good because it will go off the driver's.
It'll go off
the driver at the front.
Yeah, it goes off
So
his lap, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's 3 minutes from when air crosses the line. So everyone should get to finish their lap. Airman's doing a real good job driving on these worn tyres though, because he's still pulling away from Filthy.
Did in the first stint as well, didn't he? This is what I mean about, is he just controlling the pace? He's got a little bit left in the tank when he needs it.
That lap again, Filthy was still faster, but just not enough to
He says
make a difference.
It's saying he's faster, but he never really seems, the gap doesn't seem to get any less, does it?
Yeah, I think there was a 12-second difference through lap 1.
Yeah.
Air started on pole and Filthy was last, as we said. But every lap other than lap 3, Filthy's been faster. And lap 3, Filthy was slower by less than a second. I don't know how. He's just trying to make up the deficit from lap 1.
The last couple of laps, though, it's been floating between that 6 and 7 seconds, hasn't it?
Mhm.
It hasn't really gone under.
Fishtail is catching Filthy as well.
Fishtail's got a lot more tyre left, hasn't he, by the looks of it?
Yeah, that gap was 5 seconds, I think.
Jay's finished, so that Jay has taken the last qualifying position.
Spot.
So these guys now cannot lose.
Nope. Steve-O coming down Dothinger Straight.
So that's Jay through with a great drive, considering he pitted, twice more than anybody else?
Wow, I think it was I pitted twice, yeah. He pitted onto softs and then back onto mediums, didn't he?
Your qualifiers are going to be Jay. We're not sure what order. We know Jay will be 6th. Azrael off into the gravel again. Panda, Fishtail, Filthy and Air. Those guys are all going to be through in tomorrow's feature race. Everybody else is out. In what order, we're not sure. I mean, I can't see the order changing. Air now only 5.2 seconds in front of Filthy.
Still a lot of work to catch up on.
Little bit of pressure on Air now with that worn tyre.
Apex is coming past the line now as well. Really, really worn tyres on Apex's car.
These guys finishing their season now. This is the last drive of the season for these guys.
Jumping straight into podium next week though.
Yep.
New cars, Group 4, teams as well.
Teams, totally different strategies.
You're the current riding podium champion as well.
I won't be though, will I?
Well, current.
Current. I will not be.
You're the champ until it's finished.
Yeah, I will not be defending my title though.
Is your leg in plaster?
No, it's in an air boot, but I can barely move my ankle at all. As the plate is pretty much holding it in place, so fortunately I cannot drive at all. Can't even wait there for another 4 weeks.
.4 Filthy to Airman now. Filthy pulling back away from Fishtail. I don't know if he's had an incident, but up to nearly 7 seconds again. This crack in the dark as well, just to make it even more difficult.
Filthy's tyres looking very worn now. Air's front left even more so. 5.1 seconds now.
We've had no weather today. Weather will be very interesting if that appears tomorrow though.
Oh, I thought Air lost it then. Oh, we got information from Scott saying Steve-O's wheel disconnected. That's why he had to pit. That's devastating. So another wheel disconnect. Not what you want midway around the Nurburgring.
Definitely not.
And that's race over.
What happened there?
It's finished.
I thought it'd let
Is that
Air get all
because
the way around.
Is that because the race technically time ran out and it's only done an extra 3 minutes?
Potentially.
It's a bit strange though, isn't it? Surely you should
I
let the
thought
lead
it'd have
across the you should let the lead across the finish line
It was really abrupt, that was.
and then do 3-minute continuation after the leader crosses. Imagine if they were deep in battle.
Oh, that is...
That's not very good. That's a strange from the game, that is. But we'll run through the finishing. It says they're still running, which is quite amusing. Obviously, they're not going to overtake each other now. But we've got Air with a win in that race. Filthy in second. Fishtail in third. Panda into fourth. Asriel fifth. Jay in the final qualification position for the feature race tomorrow in sixth. Stevo in seventh. Apex 8th. Shippo 9th. Charger 10th. Ronnie 11th. LeChick 12th. Bibby 13th. And Highfield did not finish in 14th position.
So, what I will say before we just dial off, we've had a Sprint Cup race today, Airman won that. We've had the GT class race today, and Airman's won that.
Will he
So
go on and do the triple header?
I don't think we've had that yet.
He's going to be right up near the front as well, isn't he, with the reverse grid from the championship?
He will be.
So it's all going to depend on if these higher pro drivers can get through the pack, because they're going to be fighting through the best of each category.
It will be very interesting, and as you say, like we've seen today, 3 hours, damage, incidents. Wow, it's going to be fun.
That continuation's not very good though. How it's from the time at the end of the race instead of when the actual leader crosses the finish line.
I know, yeah, it's a bit.
Well,
yeah,
imagine if all four of them were battling.
Yeah, side by side down the dot.
Yeah, and then it just like, nah, you're all right. Right, guys, that'll do us this evening.
We'll have a look at that.
And we shall all see you tomorrow for the 3-hour finale of this season.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you all for watching, and we shall see you next time. Take care, guys. See ya.